Hi, I made this interview because, well, I'm living in an isolated area and I don't have many friends. One person talking is Terry Gross from Fresh Air, and the other person is Suvarna Prava from San Francisco. Alright, let's listen to Terry question this Buddhist woman about self and nonviolence, and maybe something about compassion.
Tell us a little bit more about what you learned.
I feel like violence is my almost like a karmic inheritance. And I was thinking of it earlier as a kind of immaturity, violence.
What did you think when you first saw that? Did you think, perfect, what a great idea? Or did you think, this is ludicrous?
I was so shocked by the violence. I remember when I first started going on retreat, I used to get off retreat and I'd be all mellow and calm and nice and everything. And then I'd just say something and it would be shocking because it was just the way I was used to speaking, but it was really violent. I mean, actually, I also might mention that I've also shocked myself, which is basically like experiencing my own subtle resistance.
Did you have any reservations about a really difficult period of your life where you were kind of going to extremes to figure out what happened?
I've had many people tell me they were afraid of me.
Was that an identity crisis for you?
I guess I was thinking about really basic experiences.
Would you describe the kind of searches that you did and some of the more surprising things that you came up with?
I just wanted to make a general comment. This has been my experience of myself, is that people who are really tough and scary are actually like little kittens on the inside. And the reason that they got so tough and scary was because they're so sensitive. The point of that story being just how important it is to find ways to loosen up the grip on how we think of ourselves and how we're evaluating our experience, because it's so violent sometimes, or if not violent, then at least inappropriate, I think.
So what do you feel like you walk away knowing that you didn't know before?
I guess I was thinking about compassion. What does all this have to do with compassion?
Well, that's a surprise. Would you describe the goal of your project?
Nonviolence and emptiness.
And was that the end of the project?
Why? What the hell's wrong with you? When they were born, violence, that was one thing. Compassion, that was one thing. I suspect that it's all the same thing.
So where do you draw the line for yourself?
Like, how am I going to live? Compassion makes it so that I can have a life that means something to me, that's deeply satisfying. And I suppose sometimes I think of myself as a servant in a very positive way.
So, what's it like for you knowing that you're trying to do this, service work, but at the same time, there are a lot of people who'd like to kill you for it?
I bow down to the compassion that arises for all beings.
What do you mean? How effective was that?
I'm not enlightened.
Well, this leads to a perplexing subject. There's an incredible story behind transformations and how that relates to like authenticity or, honesty or whatever. Are there places that your love has taken you that you otherwise never would have been exposed to?
I noticed having a very strong experience of all sort of levels of freedom of response. Other people have this sensitivity also.
That's really powerful. Okay. Why did you decide to start this project?
It just struck me in a very personal way how important it is to not perpetuate the violence that we are heir to.
Well, it's a big job.
Compassion arises from people, possibly. I don't know.
Have you always known who you were? Has your sense of identity shifted over the years, consciously or unconsciously? Has it been fixed or not?
Alright, questions about change and identity can go on for a good long time. I want to thank you all for listening and have a great day.